If you're battling chronic pain, another helpful piece of equipment to have at home is an infrared heat lamp. Heat can cause red blood cells to increase flow to the injured area, which means more delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the tissues that are injured or are experiencing pain. The tissues that are generating that are either cartilage, ligament, tendon, muscle, maybe bone, maybe a pinched nerve. And if you're able to deliver heat directly to those tissues, which is often not the case, and I'll explain shortly, then you could have these therapeutic benefits. There's three types of heat transfer. Number one is conduction, which describes a hydrocollator pack, a hot pack. The second is convection, which is more like ultrasound. And the third is radiant heat, which describes the infrared lamp. When you put a hot pack on your back, that heat doesn't conduct all the way down to the intended target. It's mostly absorbed by the skin. It doesn't even get to your muscle or your disc. Radiant heat is heat associated with an electromagnetic wavelength. Infrared is just to the right of visible light on the electromagnetic spectrum. You can't see it. You need a special scanner to be able to visualize infrared heat. It's got a longer wavelength than the harmful radiation like gamma rays, X-rays, UVA, UVB. It's more safer. It doesn't ionize, so it doesn't cause those nasty things that the smaller wavelength energy causes. And that larger wavelength enables it to penetrate deeper into your body. Depending how big your knee is, obviously, the painful part could be a couple of inches from the surface of your skin. You could put a hot pack there all day and it's just not going to heat up those deep internal structures of your knee. Now this right here is a dual head infrared lamp. They make them single head, but I recommend dual head because it can save you time. For example, if you have two osteoarthritic knees and you had a single head lamp, it'll take you almost an hour to get therapy to both of them. Whereas if you have two heads, one head on each knee, it'll take you half that time. Or if you have like neck pain and low back pain, you could get treatment simultaneously for those areas. And do you know that you don't need to be a health professional to get one of these? If you stick around, I'll show you where I got this particular model, which works pretty well. My objective for this channel, this YouTube channel, and my blog, The Pain and Injury Doctor, is to basically empower people, show them, demonstrate to them ways that they could treat pain effectively at home. Hopefully little things like this infrared heat lamp and that portable infrared sauna, which I made a video of last week, can free yourself from the pain you're experiencing. Okay, so let me show you how this thing works. You plug it in, you lift the heads here, they come up like this. The way they're made is that we have these pneumatic pistons here that enable you to position them as you like with not too much effort. This part's a little tricky. If you want to rotate it, I recommend holding like this at the bottom here. Okay. You position the treatment head about 9 inches away from the surface of the area that you're treating. So this is what the inside of the head looks like. There's a material here, and behind it are ceramic heating elements that are heated up, and that thermal heat radiates via electromagnetic wavelengths. And it takes a couple of minutes before it penetrates into the body and you start feeling the heat. Here's the control knob. It's pretty basic. Green light means it's on. You turn it clockwise. Right here is a 60-minute treatment interval, 45-minute, 30, and 15. So if you want 15 minutes, you turn it to 60 and all the way back to here, and that'll be a 15-minute treatment time, and it'll turn off all by itself, and you'll hear a little bell sound when that happens. To recap, the infrared heat lamp is a really handy, useful piece of equipment to have at home if you're dealing with ongoing chronic pain. It's much better than a heat pack because the heat is delivered deep into your body where it's needed. Now, I've tried different models. You've got to be careful because some of them are better than others. There's some cheap construction and there's some better construction. And this one right here is a couple years old and it hasn't given me any problems. What's great about this is that it doesn't take up much space. It's on rollers, so you could roll it out of the way. If you have a small apartment, you could stick it in the corner. Like all electrical products, it's important that you think safety. Do not use this near water, and I don't recommend that you fall asleep while you do the therapy, just in case. I've used infrared heat on the knee, the hip, the low back, the neck. It works really well with shoulders. As you do your sessions from day to day, remember to position your joint in different angles to expose different parts of the cartilage and internal structures to the infrared heat lamp. You may get better results doing that. As far as treatment time, 20 minutes I think is ideal. You could do a little bit longer, but not that much longer. And position the treatment head at a minimum of 9 inches away from the surface of the area. If you feel like the heat is too intense, then move it a little bit further away by just lifting it up like this. Well, that's it. If you're interested in trying out one of these infrared heat lamps, click the button in the upper right corner of your screen.